Hello everybody and welcome to the video. Today is the 8th of August and I am here at the Holiday Inn next to Glasgow International Airport because today I'll be flying one of British Airways brand new services from here in Glasgow to Belfast City Airport in Northern Ireland on their Embraer 190. The second time I've flown a 190 this year. I flew from Heathrow to Glasgow yesterday, but I didn't film it because I was kind of very tired and I just couldn't really. If you want to see them, if you want to see the videos that I got, they're on my Instagram, links in the description. If you want to go and check those video clips out. And yeah, let's go. And this is the view from my hotel room. And that's the passenger terminal. This room is not the best that I've stopped in. I booked this hotel room for, well, more the convenience than anything else. Because the original plan was for me to fly from here to London City Airport to try and film the approach path coming into Canary Wharf. Then that changed to London Heathrow, and then because of personal stuff, I've had to change it to go over to Belfast City. So it's just been a little bit of a mess. All these plans keep seeming to change, and I know with the circumstances and everything, it's predictable more or less now that changes are going to happen. For example, my Nuki flight, which is happening in September, has already been changed 3 times already. So I expect flight changes and cancellations and going from different London airports now. But what can you do? And soon as I decide, okay, I'm going to leave for the terminal building, the Scottish weather kicks in with the rain. Couldn't make it up. Time for me to get drenched, I suppose. Let's go. Here behind me is the Emirates Lounge. Now, as the time of filming, Emirates have announced that they will be returning to Glasgow on the 11th of August. So this hopefully will be back up and running, and we'll get to see 777's landing here again at Glasgow International. Now this one brings back memories. TUI. Proper retro this. And by the looks of the tail number or registration, it's maybe recently painted or new. Because last time I was aware, this livery was still being used on TUI Fly Belgium, and this one has a British reg. So maybe a quick swapsies. Anyway, it'd be nice to see this in this colour flying again. I doubt he'll be leaving today, but still nice to see. Okay, so I've come to one of the top of the piers. I think you call it piers. Between, well, gates 31, and that is quite a nice view over there with a Jet 2. Okay, I'm here chilling at gate 30, which I reckon is the gate mostly used by Emirates. A little bit of backstory to why this flight is happening. Everybody knows the story with Flybe. They collapsed 2 years ago, and ever since then the regional connections across the UK have been struggling, especially Belfast City, until Stobart Air picked up a lot of Flybe's former routes. Now they was operating as Aer Lingus Regional, which unfortunately Stobart then collapsed a few months ago, and quickly Aer Lingus mainline with the A320s and British Airways have took up a lot of the routes since then. This is actually one of the newest routes between Belfast City and Glasgow. At the time of recording, as you can hear the rain, typical Scottish weather, but you can't deny the views. Anyway, at the time of this recording, the route has only been in service for about 7 days. Whether it will stay like this, we will see. There's already been announced that a new airline will take up the franchise of Aer Lingus Regional, named Emerald Airlines. But we reckon by the time they've got their ATR 72s into service, once they're based out of Dublin, reconnected some of their routes there, they'll go to Belfast, and British Airways and Aer Lingus Mainline will just simply give Emerald those routes when the time is right. So we'll just see what happens with them, and I hope I'll get to fly with them, and we'll see if there'll be a new livery for Aer Lingus Regional. So yeah. Oh, the rain. Oh, the rain. Scotland, I love you, but please stop raining. As you see, there's a Twin Otter. Loganair do a lot of short routes to the Outer Hebrides, which is actually some of the routes I really want to try, because apparently the views are stunning when you go into the Outer Hebrides. Loganair also have been expanding rapidly in England as well as here in Scotland since Flybe's collapse. We will see if that will also keep up. I'm flying with them later this year to Inverness, so keep an eye out for that one. But I would love to fly the Twin Otter just to find out what it's like. I've already been on one turboprop, which is the ATR 72, but I haven't been on an aircraft that small, and I'd love to try it. Maybe one of the days I'll get to fly on it, but for now, let's just try with British Airways. City of Derry. I've flown out of there. Now I'm between gates 1 and 12. I'm gonna see if I can get a more decent shot of the Twin Otter while I'm down here.
With passengers travelling to Kirkwall on today's flight ALN 432 wishing flight protection vouchers, please contact a member of staff at gate number 1, where these are now being issued on production of aircraft boarding card. in passenger traffic.
I've just looked on flight radar and my flight is inbound, so I'm going to go and film it land. I am now sat at one at the end of the piers. My flight, according to flight radar, is 13 minutes away, so I'm here to try and film it landing, and then we'll be off to Belfast. I think this is probably the shortest route I'm ever doing. I'm pretty sure it's the shortest route, but absolutely love Glasgow. I love the fact that you can see so much of the airport, and the view with the mountains in the background are absolutely stunning no matter what the weather is. I'm definitely going to come back here at some point, maybe to do some spotting, maybe to fly out to somewhere else in Scotland, to the Hebrides. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely coming back here.
Inside this airport. Thank you for your cooperation. Passengers travelling abroad are reminded to check local and UK government travel advice to stay up to date on the latest developments for your destination, even if you are travelling to a place you have previously visited. For those returning
Travelling to London Heathrow on flight number BA1489, would any remaining passengers travelling on this flight proceed immediately to gate number 19.
Okay, that is my Embraer to Belfast, just parking up. What I have to do now is just wait until my seat is called. Then it's off to the plane.
We will now demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft, and your attention is essential as these may differ from any aircraft that you have flown on before. Please study the safety card in your seat area, as this includes important safety information specific to this aircraft type, such as brace position and location and operation of doors. In the event of an emergency, low-level lighting will guide you to an exit. All exits are clearly marked and are being pointed out to you now by your cabin crew. Please take a moment to locate the nearest exit, bearing in mind this may be behind you. Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. High-heeled shoes must be taken off as they may tear the slide. Please now fasten your seatbelt. It must be worn whenever the signs are on, and it is fastened and adjusted like this, and opened like this. Seatbelts must be worn whenever the seatbelt signs are illuminated, but for your comfort and safety, we recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible at all times. If the cabin air supply fails, oxygen will be provided. Masks like this will appear automatically, held in a retainer. Stay in your seat and pull the mask out of the retainer towards you. Place the mask over your mouth and nose and breathe normally, adjusting the band to secure it. Please note that the bag may not inflate. Make sure your own mask is fitted before helping anyone else. Your life jacket is underneath your seat. If required, remove the jacket from its container and pull it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and tie them securely in a double bow at the side. To inflate, pull the red toggle as shown. The air can be topped up by using this mouthpiece. There is a whistle and a light for attracting attention. Do not inflate your life jacket until you are outside the aircraft. Any personal devices with flight safe mode should have this feature enabled now. Handheld devices must be held secure.
recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. It must be securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on. When it is safe to leave your seat, please do take care when opening the overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury. I would like to take this opportunity to share some important information about our new hygiene and safe distancing measures in flight. We ask that you stay in your seat as much as possible and avoid walking around the cabin or queuing in the galley areas. Before using the toilets, we ask that you check the occupied signs in a longer lid to avoid waiting in line. We require all customers to wear face masks at all times during the flight. When wearing a mask, it is important that it covers your mouth and nose, such as the mask the team are wearing. A reminder that masks can only be removed for a reasonably short period when you are actively consuming food and drink. They should be placed back on in between courses. They should not be...
Exit row, please place all items in the overhead lockers, as the floor area around your seat must be completely clear. You may continue to use any handheld...
gentlemen, welcome to Belfast City. The time has just gone 5:15 in the afternoon. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it is safe to leave your seat, take care when opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury. Before leaving the aircraft, please make sure you have all your personal belongings with you. And remember that smoking is not allowed until you've reached a designated area. You may now make and receive calls as well as using all data services on your handheld electronic devices. When the seatbelt signs are switched off, please remain seated and refrain from collecting personal belongings from overhead stowages until your row number is announced, as we will be disembarking.